So I'm going to talk about some work I did with my colleagues Dan Fleder and Andreas Buya on online personalization systems and whether they fragment consumers or increase commonality among consumers. We see these personalization systems on various internet properties all around us. For example, when you go to Amazon.com, right on the homepage, you see a homepage that's customized for you with personalized product recommendations. You select a product that's of interest to you. Netflix indicates that 60% of Netflix rentals originate from recommendations made at Netflix. Even at Google, 38% increase in usage, that is the number of articles viewed per users, were driven by these recommender systems. Today, all kinds of media we consume, be it movies, music, video clips, news stories, the kinds of products we are exposed to are influenced by personalization systems on the internet. So critics argue that this extreme ability to narrow our choice set to items very close to our preference and filter everything else reduces commonality between people and causes society to potentially fragment. For example, Cass Sunstein, who was a law professor and is right now the administrator of the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs in the Obama administration, discussed this issue in his book called Republic.com. And he says that these systems limit media exposure to predefined narrow interests. And he says that in a democracy, people do not live in information cocoons. And it's important to be exposed to a wide range of views. And if these systems focus our attention on articles and stories and media that are close to our preferences, then we are going more and more into that information cocoon, and we lose the ability to relate to other perspectives and other viewpoints. And the idea behind these arguments is straightforward. In the old world, we would turn on the TV and all of us had the same set of shows to access, and they were presented in the same manner to all of us. You open the New York Times, you're accessing the same set of articles displayed in the same manner. But now you go to YouTube.com to access some video clips. The clips that are shown to me are very different from the clips that are shown to you, and that's based on our individual tastes. So the question is, could that fragment society, and in turn, it could lead to a situation where we lose the ability to connect with one another. But the other possibility is that these systems might actually be helping people share information with each other. They might be sharing taste information across users. So in conclusion, what we found is that the overlap actually increases after using this system. In additional work, we found out that it increases for two reasons. One is that people actually discover a lot of new items because of these systems, and they end up consuming much more. People were consuming way more music, adding way more music into their library. And because they're consuming more, it increases the chance of commonality. The other is holding the amount of songs you consume constant. That is, holding the volume constant. We find that they're consuming very similar things, which we call the taste effect. That these things also cause our tastes to converge in some way because they help share tastes between different users. Of course, this is for one particular system in one particular industry, so I can't say that this is true for every system out there, but it does sort of say that this big policy concern that has been raised need not necessarily be true.